I'm here with former Mercer running back and now Old Dominion track star, Deondre Johnson. He's from Reidsville, Georgia, a really small town in Georgia with a population of 2,600 people in it. So it's a very small community, but know each other very well. It's like a whole family right there. 2,000 people in the family. In high school, he was a track star. He was very close to breaking all the records in his high school. Wide receiver in high school. He got transferred over to a running back when he went to Mercer. And he is undersized, they say. Really not. Don't matter. Size don't matter. So going into your senior year in high school, what was it like? How many offers? What was offers like? What was track like?
Going into senior year of high school, so starting off football season, I didn't have any offers at all. I mean, came in, I had talked to a few schools. I talked to Army. I talked to Middle Tennessee State before. I've talked to a couple schools, Mercer, Western Carolina. All those have reached out and talked to me, but I didn't have any solidified offers. I was, like you said, small, little underrated. I mean, we're a smaller school from a smaller city, so sometimes it's kind of harder to get big looks, but opportunities come. So coming to football season, I mean, I was team captain senior year. I got the opportunity to play and start and be beside my teammates. Sometimes I had to play a little quarterback. My old quarterback got hurt. So I just had to be versatile. I had to be diverse with whatever I did. Track season, I faced a couple injuries. I hurt my hamstring pretty good. So I wasn't able to compete as much and as well as I wanted to. So that kind of stalled some of my opportunities to reach out and be able to talk to other schools. But, I was blessed with the opportunity to go to Mercer University and walk on and be what turned into be a full scholarship athlete.
The injury, it did labor some of the talks with the colleges.
I wasn't able to, in my opinion, I wasn't able to be able to put my best product out. Like I wasn't able to finish my senior year as best as I could be. And I feel like if I may have had the opportunity to go elsewhere sometimes.
Mercer, what made you, so you were a walk-on at Mercer. What was like the process like, and what made you choose to go to Mercer to be a walk-on at Mercer out of everywhere else?
So Mercer was the place that kept reaching out. They kept talking to me and they made me feel at home. Mercer also knew they had a pretty good program that was set up and run. They also had a good medical school and a good schooling degree that I could get that would weigh a lot when I come out of college. So Mercer seemed like kind of no-brainer to me when I didn't have any offers. It was the opportunity for me to get the best degree and also have the opportunity to play. And so when I first got there, it was kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, because being a walk-on that nobody really exactly knows about it's hard coming into a whole family. Like me and you meeting,
Yeah,
way different from me going to meet 100 other guys.
other
You know what I
people.
mean? And it's so much harder. But once I finally got in and they got to know me and I got to showcase some of my abilities and who I am as a person, they took me in with open arms. Like they became some of my best friends. I still talk to every one of them this day.
Most of them still, they're still, because now you're not at Mercer no more. So even, are they like, have they been in contact with them? Have you been like talking to old players that
Oh yeah,
Mercer?
definitely. I talked to some of the people who graduated when I first got there. I talked to some of the people who are still there now since I've graduated. I'm actually going to see them in a couple of days, going to see everybody so I can actually meet them and see them face to face and get my chance to say goodbye before I move up to Virginia.
At Mercer, what was it like to play at like an FCS school? What was it like? And when you went to like play against the FBS schools, did you see like do you see a lot of a lot of change in them? Or was it just the same? Or did you just not pay attention? You're just like, I'm there to play football.
See, I kind of looked at it as I'm just there to play ball. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to give you what I got and go about my thing. But I feel like sometimes FCS schools are a little overlooked. We're hard nosed. We work hard and we fight just like the FBS schools do to get whatever we earn. And I feel like that's the main difference between the two. We're kind of overlooked, but I feel like essentially we're all the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like FCS gets overlooked on. Like last year, I remember or this year when the spring season happened, some of the games weren't on, like half the games weren't on television, and when they're just some FCS schools can beat some FBS schools. A good amount can beat. It's just like when we say the Power Five and the Group of Five and FBS, half the times, more than likely, the Group of Fives have better teams than some of the Power Fives do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same way with FCS with Power Fives or Group of Fives. You can beat some of the Group of Fives and even beat maybe some of the Power Fives. You just don't get the respect, and I feel like that's something that's got to change because there's some really great players that come out of FCS.
Definitely.
And they deserve the respect just like any other college does, the FBS and that. So going into Mercer, what would you say was the biggest challenge? Like, yes, being a walk-on and getting to know the people, but like on the field, what was the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge for me had to be just getting the opportunity, because when you come in, of course, like you said, as a walk-on, you're not as highly looked at, or your abilities aren't as well known as somebody who's given that full scholarship, who's already ahead of you in the depth chart. So once I figured out everything and just got the opportunity to display what I could do, everything else was not as tough as getting the opportunity to. Once I had the opportunity, then it was just making the best of it.
The best of it, you really did. You balled out in 2019. You balled out, which was your redshirt freshman year, which was technically a sophomore year. His redshirt freshman year, he went out there and balled out. He set the program record for the longest return. His redshirt freshman year, and then his last year playing football, he balled out. He was sixth in his conference for touchdowns with 6, and then he was 25th in the whole FCS season with 6 touchdowns, you guys. So he balled out when he played. But now new things opened up for him. He's a graduate at Mercer. He's very smart. And now he's going to Old Dominion to do track. He did track in high school. He ran a 10.7 for 100 meters. So he's fast. Us little guys, we're fast. Don't discourage us. We're fast. Don't look over us. And now he's going to Old Dominion to do track. So what led you to stop playing football? What led you to make you go, yes, you did graduate from Mercer, but you probably could have been a graduate player playing for football. So what made you say, I'm done with football, I want to go do track like I did in high school?
My heart just wasn't in it anymore. Like, I knew that it came to a specific point in time where I knew exactly, like, I just knew football wasn't for me. It almost came to the point where I just wasn't going to play my last year playing football, but I stuck it out and played through for my teammates and just pushed myself to a new limit. But when you know that something's not for you anymore, your heart's just not in it, you know, like, you have that feeling in it and it'll push you away from it. And that's where I was at in life. I was kind of getting pushed away from football within myself. And then at that point, it was just, okay, I'm about to graduate. Once I get this degree, then I can go ahead and move forward to another stage of life.
Yeah, and that's something that I respect more, and people should respect a lot, because you didn't feel comfortable no more. You were uncomfortable. Me and you talked about this, situations where you're uncomfortable that you have to sit back and watch and play through it. There's times where you do gotta take a step back and be like, okay, like you said, a next stage in your life. It's like people always say, your life's like a book. You're gonna flip the page, and every page has a different story.
Exactly.
Well, you flipped your page, and now you're going to Old Dominion for track. And what events are you going to be doing for Old Dominion in track?
So right now we've been talking about me running the 60 indoor, and then possibly the 1 and the 2 for outdoor season, and running possibly both the relays, just depending on what we need. For sure, more specifically in the 100.
Right. For the relays, the 4x4, which is one whole lap outside on the outdoor track, and then the 4x1.
Yeah.
And the 4x1, you guys, is the 1 means 100, so it's like another Usain Bolt run, like what Usain Bolt ran. That you guys don't really know. So Old Dominion, they're a smaller school in a way. They are a FBS for football, and then in track, they're not really. Are they really known for track? Are they really good at track? Like,
everybody's good in their events. They have very respectable athletes, and everybody's very good at what they do. We're not the biggest program, and we're not the most well-known program because I mean we've just recently started back about 5-6 years ago, but we're looking to turn heads this year. That's what our goal is, to turn heads and make a name for ourselves.
Oh, so what made you go to Old Dominion? Was it that because the respect, they have respectable athletes, you wanted to go turn heads? Is that one of the reasons why you went to Old Dominion, or was it something totally different?
That's definitely part of it, but it also came to me as like they took a chance on me. They literally did what a family would do. They brought me in and gave me the opportunity to be the best I could be, while also like helping build me and bring everyone else along with me. So like not running track since high school, going to college to play football, and then somebody give me the opportunity to come back and run track again in college when they could just easily go get somebody who's run track and done great all through high school. It's a blessing. Like they gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
That's awesome that they did that. And I mean, you're gonna probably make the best out of it like you did with Mercer. So by making the best out of it, what is for you to make the best out of going to Old Dominion for track? What is the best thing that you see happening? Want
Well,
to happen?
regarding the team standpoint of going to Old Dominion, I feel like my goal is to take us to the highest point we can be. So if that's the college national championships, to being able to compete and just being the best that we can be in every single event, whether it's being the best teammate I could be for looking out for someone on the side, whether it's growing to be the best I can be as a person, the individual. So like the opportunity to go ahead and get my master's degree, the opportunity to still be able to run track, and the opportunity to just be there for somebody else other than myself, while also growing and building on who I am. So like being at Old Dominion, I mean, like I'll be away from my family. I'll be 8 hours away. It's tough, but I'll still have the opportunity to go through some things so I can help my sister who's about to graduate high school. I can still help some of my friends who are still in college and doing undergrad. I can help them grow. I can help myself and my teammates. And then I can also take advice from people who are over me, my coaches. And I can also get advice from everyone else around me. It's a new opportunity for me to grow.
And how long are you going to be at Old Dominion? Is it a 1 year thing, or do you have 2 years left of eligibility?
I've got 2 years of eligibility left.
Okay, Mercer. So going to like at Mercer, their colors are orange, black, and white. What uniform was your favorite? What uniform was the one that you looked forward to every single time you wore it?
It'd probably be the new orange jerseys with the white on white pants and socks down to the white shoes, and the white helmet. I think that was my favorite, the orange on white.
That's different. Most people do the solid. They do the all
Yeah,
black or the all white. I like that. I like that you add that orange because I like that orange too. I like the orange, how it throws off everything, and it doesn't throw it off, but it pops. It makes it pop.
yeah,
It's not just
definitely.
like, oh, it's another icy white. And doesn't the helmet, like the lines, don't they kind of chrome, right? The
Yeah,
helmets.
so like the linings are like a little chrome lining. It's yeah, I like the way it shines and pops.
I like that. And then would you, if you were gonna make your own uniform, say for Mercer, what would you do for it? What would you do for the uniform?
If I had to style it kind of,
Yeah,
I would do I would do like in a way it kind of be like Clemson, the orange on orange. I like that.
I like that
I like
too. I
that a
like
lot.
that. What would you do for the helmet? Would you keep that white with the chrome?
Probably keep the white with the chrome lining on top of it.
I like that. I like that you keep that because that's actually, I really like that one. I like that the all orange. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I think it would be kind of cool because it's a bear. Maybe you could have like the bear. Imagine bear scratch, like the
The
bear. No,
stripe on the
yeah,
side.
like the claws coming down. That
Yeah,
would be pretty cool on like the sleeve or
definitely.
something.
I thought about like on the pants, like a different type of lining on the
Yeah.
side, like a white lining stripe on the side. Yeah.
And I was thinking about you have your one behind you, the picture, and you're on the all black one. So
Yeah.
that one would look cool if you had like the bear claw, like the scratches, and it was orange, and it was
Yeah.
acting like it
Yeah.
was like kind of like not dripping, but like no, like literally
Okay,
that
like
would
a
be
little.
kind of cool because like it'd be orange because your colors were orange. It's not gonna be red. You're not gonna
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're bleeding orange in a way. I think that would
Yeah.
look pretty cool. But I like that all orange. I think that would be a really cool look for Mercer, especially with the white helmet. Is people like when you got Clemson, that's all orange.
Yeah.
I like that you have that white helmet because I like that chrome. I really do. I love chrome helmets. I think everybody does.
Yeah.
Then at Mercer or not, then at so at Old Dominion, you got your colors are totally different. So like the track uniforms, do you like the track uniforms there?
Yeah. I love the way they kind of mix it up. So like they got a gray, they got the dark blue, we got the white, of course, the baby blue.
Baby blue is awesome. Baby blue, that's my favorite color.
Yeah.
And then, so what one would you say your favorite one is? The baby blue?
Yeah, probably a baby blue for sure.
Is there any design on them? Like, what is the design? Because I haven't really seen them.
I think it's just kind of got the monarch, the symbol on it, and the tiger, and not the tiger, the lion.
Ooh, I like that. That's pretty. I always like Old Dominion's logo. It's nice and it's pretty cool. It reminds me of like a royal, like that. No, like the
the royalty.
the
Yeah.
royalty in a way. Yeah. What was your dream college when you were growing up?
Growing
From
up,
Georgia, was it Georgia?
it definitely was UGA. That was my goal, to go to UGA.
And then was it for football or was it for track?
Yeah, I wanted to play football at UGA. Like growing up, I went to all the games, watching all the running backs from Noshawn Marino, Todd Gurley, back to the old days with DJ Shockley. Like I watched all that in
You watched
person.
Herschel Walker?
I look at some of the highlights. I ain't that old yet.
Well, I know you're not that old, but like you took it back a little bit in time. So I was like, wondering if you still watch those highlights.
I used to go watch some of the old highlights of Herschel and everybody.
I'm in my dream. If I was gonna go, I would go Notre Dame.
Okay.
That's my dream. I love Notre Dame. That's my favorite. That is in Notre Dame and Georgia had big. I remember 3 or 4 years ago. I remember that big battle in Notre Dame. Georgia, would you be your number one? Do you have a number 2 or number 3?
Growing up, I loved Kentucky basketball. So like Kentucky was one of my favorite schools back in the day.
Kentucky has some cool uniforms though. I love their uniforms they're coming out with, like the silver helmet, the chrome. I love that helmet.
Yeah, Kentucky was definitely up there. And then also I liked Clemson growing up. I had one of my old athletic directors in high school was a big Clemson guy. And so everything, like he introduced it to me from a young age, and then I used to like watching Clemson a lot too.
That's like Clemson. I feel like Clemson. There's not a sport Clemson's not good at. I feel like basketball is the only one that they are up and down with. In baseball, they always have a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And football, we all know. And then college football. Do you think that the FBS should expand the playoff? And if you think so, how many teams?
I think it should be a progression. I think they should take it from 4 to 8 to then possibly 16, but I don't think any more than 16.
No, I think 16 is the limit. Like people wanted, like they were saying they would do 12 right away. And I was like, I don't know, but like my thing is, what are they gonna do with the bowl games? You know what I mean? Like so like does that mean they're gonna be more, that could open up things for the Power Fives. And I feel like they should allow some, like think like FCS, yes, you have like those playoffs.
Yeah.
But they should add like a little bit, like maybe they could add a couple bowls. Like say like if you win this, like you make it to the playoff and then you win this, you get a bowl. You know what I mean? So like, or even if you don't, if you're on the outskirts, you get like a little bowl, like say like I think it's the Red Box Bowl they're getting rid of or something. They're getting rid of like 3 or 4 bowls to FBS. So why don't they just bring them down to the FCS? I think that would be pretty cool to see. Like, yes, what surrounds FCS is the playoff, but it'd be kind of cool to see you get some playoff between, or you get the bowl games. Because I feel like people watch the bowl games more than anything. But then with the playoff, what do you think would happen to the Bulls if they did 12? Say they went, because that's what the thing is now.
Yeah. I feel like you said, they should be able to expand it, and I guess it gives more teams the opportunity to fight for something else. Like gives more teams to be like, okay, we may not get in this playoff, but there's 12 teams in this playoff, so there's a bowl game that we can get into.
Yeah, big bowl game. Like say like we can't get like a big bowl game, the Liberty Bowl, say. Yeah, that's a big bowl game for some people. Like some people would say that's a big, and then you get like a Coastal Carolina. They play in the Cure Bowl. Exactly. Like when they were in the top 15, they get the Cure Bowl. Like, they deserve to have a bigger bowl. Like, I'm not saying that they deserve like a fiesta, but they do deserve in a way. But I know like the ties in the conferences, but I feel like that's something. Well, right now I think that's going to be thrown away because Texas and Oklahoma are going to SEC.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
But what do you think about that? Going to that real quick. What do you think about that?
Interesting. It's gonna be a big. It's gonna be a big change. Like Texas, Oklahoma have always been big schools that compete with anybody. So like on any given Saturday, things can change, and I feel like putting them in the SEC is just gonna create more and more competition.
So you think that's going to hurt the other conferences? Do you think that's going to hurt the Big Ten?
I think it'll eventually lead to them expanding a little more.
Do you think that because now a new report that came out, I think it was yesterday, the day before, the ACC, Big Ten, and I think it was either the Big 12 or the Pac-12, one of those, I forgot which one it was. They're thinking about making an alliance.
That would be interesting.
So I feel like that move by Texas and Oklahoma just threw. I don't want to say they're ruining college football, but I feel like the conferences they're throwing out the window.
Yeah.
And my thing is, so what does that happen with the Group of 5 conferences? What happens there? Because that's going to make they're going to pull more teams out of those big conferences, say the SEC, and then say all those 3 merge, like we were saying. Think about what Group of 5s, they're going to be like, we're going to have no chance now because they're going to be having the toughest schedules. And so now Group of 5s are going to be thrown into like, they're going to be like, okay, we have to now do something. And I feel like it's just going to cause a lot of melee in a way that people are going to be like, what do we do? So I feel like that move made a cause. Yeah, I feel like it caused a lot of shifts that they didn't want to do, but it's entertaining to see now. And especially with the Big 12 this year, the horns down, can't do that no more.
Yeah.
And we all know it's going to happen because they're leaving. So like people are mad. So cannot wait to see that. So what do you think about college football this year? Who do you predict in your playoff? Who would you say?
I'm watching, so I'm gonna go Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, and I wanna take a chance and go with one of those Pac-12 teams.
Pac-12, wow.
I wanna say Oregon has a big year this year.
I like that one. I like that. I like when people say different. Like I'm Notre Dame, but I feel like that Oregon, I feel like a Pac-12 team is gonna have a good year. I feel like they're gonna, but then I'm also like, will we see in the Big 12, in the Big 10, will we see another team make a move? Like, will we see a team like Indiana? Do you think that they were just a one-year wonder, or do you think that they have?
I think they'll be very good and competitive this year. I don't think they'll be
good enough
as good, to get into the playoffs.
Do you think a Group of 5 will be on the outskirts again, or do you think that they'll just be like a Cincinnati? The Cincinnati returned a lot of players.
Cincy is returning a lot. I still think they'll be on the outskirts just because of
how everything is.
Tradition, kind of. You know what I mean? It's kind of a tradition.
And then it's like we all know it's going to be between like 10 teams: Notre Dame, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State. Then you throw in Georgia, LSU. I think you would have to throw in there in a way. And then you got Oregon. Who else? Who else would be like the definites that you every year? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's always there.
Do you think Oklahoma's gonna have a good year, or do you think that they're a little bit overrated?
I think they're going to be a little bit overrated for this year coming up.
Yeah, I do too. I think you need to give Butler one more year. I think you need to give him, like people are like, oh, he's the best in college football right now. I don't think he is. I think he needs one more year to solidify. I think you can't say he's better than Sam Howell. Like, you know, like that. Sam Howell solidified himself, I think, this year as the best in college football. You got that Aaron Rodgers situation. What do you think about that? Like, that's like one of them.
I feel like regardless of Aaron's situation, because he's given so much to Green Bay already.
Yeah.
That's his city. He runs it.
Did you like that pick though with Jordan Love that year? Did you question it like everybody else did?
I did question it, but I'm now looking into it. I kind of like it because of the situation that it's in. Like Aaron Rodgers is not happy he's ready to get out of there, but he's brought so much onto the table and put it on to Jordan Love and gave him the opportunity to learn under him that it'll work out.
Yeah, and hopefully it's like hopefully that Jordan Love. I do think the Packers, I was just confused on why they didn't go get like Patrick Queen, that pick. Like I like what they did, but I feel like they could have not did that. And then this year they would have, I feel like they could have went this year and got Kyle Trask, Ian Book.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I like Jordan Love, but I feel like those two players those two are better than him. But then again, who really knows? Because we haven't really seen Jordan Love in action. Oh, but I don't really know. I just can't wait to see what goes on with Aaron Rodgers, though.
Yeah.
And then I cannot wait to see the Saints situation. Is it going to be Winston? Is it going to be Hill? Or is it going to be Book? Because I've heard rumors going around that Book is impressing Peyton a lot. Like, I heard rumors. I mean, I feel like Hill, in a way, I feel like he's already out. For some reason, like something in my head, like he's already out. Because I feel like they're going to make him a tight end.
Yeah, I feel like they use him in so much more that they won't put him in that.
Yeah. So I feel like it's a battle between Book and I'm gonna say Newton. I think it's a battle between Book and Winston. And I feel like that's a good battle though. And I feel like Winston has something to prove. And hopefully he does get cuts down on those interceptions. That would be the difference.
Yeah. I feel like James has the opportunity to have another great year. Like,
yes,
even though sometimes those interceptions didn't add up, he was still throwing 40 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was, and he's going to have pretty good weapons. He's got Mike Thomas. Like,